Howdy folks, TJ here. What am I going to show you today? Oh, it's a special little wee corner here in my home office. I've been tinkering, I've been thinking, as you can see steam coming out of my ears. I've been wanting to recreate this desk a little bit. This desk is kind of a work desk that I use for work and also play. I've always had a monitor here and then I had a work monitor there. But I kind of looked at this nook and cranny and I said, it needs something special. It needs more 8-bit power. How am I going to do that? Well, I'm going to redesign things, and I'm going to work this whole area around 8-bit computing. So I've decommissioned my big work computer to communicate to a different monitor behind the scenes. I still got to fix that up and get it to work here more properly. But this area is now going to be my 8-bit corner. Today, I'm calling it the AquariZone. Why am I calling it the AquariZone? Because there's a whole bunch of Aquarius horsepower here sitting in front of you, which I'm going to take the camera off and show you a little bit more. But then you say, TJ, the Aquarius, back in the 80s, they only sold a handful of them, and they only lasted for like 3 or 4 months. True. But they also sold them for years later under the name of Radifin, who made it for Mattel. And also, in this day and age, 2025, there's an Aquarius Plus. Aquarius Plus is a modern recreation of that old computer that plays the stuff of old, allows you to play stuff of new, and there's new developers, there's people making games for the Aquarius Plus, believe it or not. They even make stuff as cool as this wireless and wired controller. This one, and I've also got the AquaPad, which is made by You Make Robots. This one is made by First Stage, Sean Harrington. I've got an Aquarius Plus. Some people call it the word Maxi. I don't like using that word because I think of other connotations. But we'll show this stuff in more closer form later. But this is my AquariZone. And the nice thing about the AquariZone is it's adaptable because I have a lot of wee little computers that I'm not going to always be using 2 Aquarius at the same time. I'm not that crazy. I'll use one and then I'll stick one of my old smaller Sinclair or other smaller 8-bit computers to work on that monitor. We'll show you things a little bit tighter, but AquariZone. And what's special is I have a new little light-up mascot with a computer in his gullet that I'm going to show you as well. So I don't know if you guys as kids had your own little secret computer zone, whether it be in the attic of your house, in your bedroom. Me, I had in my bedroom. In the United States, everybody has a typical closet. And in California, where I grew up, they basically had 2 sliding doors. And these sliding doors were a lot of time mirrored. I don't know why. It's pretty, I guess of the time, the home that my parents bought was built, I think, in probably the 60s or 70s. So it had flavor of that decade, right? So mirrored sliding doors. What I did is I took the doors off, put some carpet in there, because we didn't need to store stuff in there. We were going to make a computer nook. And this computer nook had a desk. And I had my Atari 800 on it, all the games. I had a little credenza thing. We made this little area my computer zone. And I thought, well, just because I'm getting near 60 doesn't mean I can't have fun. There's a lot of, as you get older, people get a little fuddy-duddy. They lose the child in them. You have to do adulting. I agree. We're all adults. We have to do adulting. But doesn't mean you don't have to feel giddy like a little kid when you're playing with something that you enjoy. Just look at Japan, for example. Japan, in my opinion, are very stout businessmen, but they've got a very playful side because they're into anime and all these things, video games that you would think is kid stuff. But it's not kid stuff. We never grow up. We do, but we don't. And don't grow up. Adult, you got to pay the bills, but also have fun. And so I've had fun with this little robot. I'm calling it AquariBot, and we'll show you that here a little closer in a little bit, because I don't want to lose that childhood feel of when computers were fresh and new and exciting. So I made this little zone that's adaptable. Today is going to be my AquariZone for a bit. And then this will always be an Aquarius zone here. But this left side may modularize later and may become a Sinclair zone for a little while. Or a Sword M5 zone for a little while. You get my picture? It can be adapted to whatever I want it to be. I still have stuff to do, but I think it's pretty clean right now. And we're going to show you. I'll take the camera off. So this is my AquariZone. A modern recreation of the Aquarius is the Aquarius Plus, and I have 2 of them. And I wanted to have it here in case I ever get that developer bug in me again. It's been a number of years since I've had it, but maybe one day I'll make Invasion of the Cloud People or some rendition of it for the Aquarius platform. And so I wanted to have things a little bit more easy to get to, quickly to set up, because if you don't have the computer set up and it takes you 15, 20 minutes to set it up every time, you're going to tend not to use it. So if it's readily available here for me to turn on and tinker, the likelihood of me tinkering more will come about. So let me take the camera off. I'm going to show you my AquariZone. I've got 2 very cool computers here that are both Aquarius and a lot of knickknacks. This is not my full collection because I need to build up on around. There's space behind these monitors, and obviously you don't want to have to keep moving stuff in and out to get to it. But if it's stuff that you're not going to use but every few months, pulling this monitor slightly out and reaching around and grabbing a game. I want to build something up on the backdrop here, maybe a little pegboard system to hang my controllers, and also maybe put a couple of games, because there's 6 inches here, that you can stick something, that you can kind of, make it, I don't want to go there, it's not Friday, but you can put fun things up here that kind of make the whole area even more 8-bit. So let me take the camera off, and I started this recording, thank God. So, right here is my AquariZone. I've got 2 Aquariuses up and running, and let's show you the middle guy, because this is the one I'm most giddy about. I had an idea that I wanted to put the new Aquarius mini computer in a robot. And if that robot was a little LED sign from Amazon that cost me only $30, awesome. And it brought out the kid in me, and it just, everything when I saw it, I go, this is the perfect size. That there, let me focus, is an Aquarius mini computer. And it fits perfect inside of his upper torso, and it works good. And so I came up with an idea that I would streamline the cabling. I even drilled a hole, so I don't have all these cables going around. I just got a batch of cables all going in one direction. It goes through that hole, and that hole goes down here to where I've got a surge strip and power sources to power everything, because everything needs power. This is AquariBot, and it's just a $30 LED neon type sign. And the Aquarius computer, I had an idea. I wanted it floating up in the middle of my desk, so when I looked at it, it just looked cool, and it told me, play with me. And so I want a little robot with a computer in him, and I thought it was fun. So that is AquariBot, and that is a fully upgradable, expandable, I should say. This is the Aquarius Plus MX. There's a little, you can even stick the little SD card in his bottom side. It's freely available. You can see everything, and this is a special one. This is a see-through, transparent design that I got from Sean. And then up on the top are all the cabling. This little cable gives it power. That's a USB dongle, speakers, and I got a 90-degree, everything 90-degree mostly, other than this one, and this one bends down enough, I'm cool with it. VGA cable, and it all goes into this little hole behind the scenes so it doesn't clog stuff up. And that's AquariBot. I can turn it on and off. I can dim it a little bit, focus in, and I think it just looks fun. Over here, I've got my HDMI-fied, in other words, HDMI upgraded Aquarius computer, an original Mattel Electronics model. And I'll be focusing in here and out to kind of try to get everything in. But this is the old original one, except for it's got the mod of the HDMI, which means that you've got crystal clear, beautiful video. Inside of it, I've got the 2 very popular cartridges, a 32 megabyte expansion module, and the Aquari cart, using the expander, the mini expander, so I can connect all that up, along with my original J Mundy-ified, J Mundy, if you're watching this, he loves this little controller right there. Anyway, so yeah, this side is my, I'm trying to focus in there. There we go. And I've even got two little speakers connected to it, so we can get better sound, so I can play it anytime. Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, Astro Smash, you name it. Old school style with the original Mattel Aquarius. Then over here, I've got the Aquarius Mini, as you see, and that's talking to this monitor. You notice, gee, this monitor looks awfully similar. It's like the yin and yang. This is the white front version. This is the black front version. How did I pull it off? I was just lucky, but I got two of these same Sony monitors, and they're great for old computers. Not so much for new computers. It's only 720p, but it gets the job done for these older ones. So I thought a yin and yang. Which one's yin and which one yang, I'm not sure. But anyway, they look really cool together, and it gives this table a workstation, this desk, a workstation feel about it, right? And so over here, I've got the businessy side of things. If I ever want to start developing, I've got my Aquarius Mini all set up with a wireless keyboard. That's what that little dongle on AquariBot was for. So I can start typing in and coding if I so want to. And I've got a nice display on it. And controllers, I've got the main ones that are of importance to me. This one's the coolest. But anyway, here's the new gamepad, Aquarius Plus gamepad from First Stage. And then I also have the Aquapad from You Make Robots. That one's a wired number, and that one is one that I will use with this, because this expander here is a wired one. It allows you to plug in controllers. So I've got everything that I need readily available right here in front of me to start playing. I need to find some, like I said, there's some room here. I'm thinking that up on the top here, I'm going to put some type of pegboard and hang a few games of choice or something. And then around here, excuse me, I got a couple groups. I think I'll put some type of hangings to put controllers around it, and maybe some pins like Atari and Aquarius and you name it. Just put some like decoration around AquariBot to kind of fill them out a little bit more. But anyway, that's my workstation. Let me put this camera back up over here, and then we'll wrap up this video. Oh, come on, magnet. There we go. That should work. Okay. So, AquariZone, what do you think? A little childlike? Good. A little adult-like? Sure. Don't lose the kid in you. You know, there's some people that, I think once you get at a certain age, you kind of lose the giddiness. But to tell you the truth, I don't think they lose it. They're just they're holding it inside, because every man that goes out and buys a boat, do you really need a boat? No, you don't need a boat. You should be doing things of importance around the house, maintaining the house. Don't go out water skiing. Don't go out snow skiing. Don't go out and do anything because you're an adult. No, you're not. You're in a kid in an adult's body. So let it have fun. And that's what I'm doing here in this little AquariZone. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. More to come. And when I start tinkering with things a little bit more, I'll show you some more videos down the road, but I thought it was kind of fun. This is nice and orderly right now, and hopefully I can keep it that way. My AquariZone, to house and maintain and play. I could just work behind me, because that's where I'm going to do my main work, and then come over here and pick up this controller and play a quick little game on my Aquarius Plus. How cool is that? So thanks for watching the video. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.